Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku, and I'm here to review episode 10 of Akashic Records. And with this episode, we slowed things down a bit. There was no action in this episode, lots of dialogue going on. It's nice that we got a slower episode after last week, since it was just so fast. Leos is the self-proclaimed fiancé to Sistine. Because when they were kids, they promised each other that they would one day get married. And he actually does love Sistine. And Sistine's kind of embarrassed about this whole thing, you know, since she's still in high school, Leos is already a professor. And Sistine clearly has feelings for Glenn. So she's getting all flustered and everything, but Glenn's just all like, ah, look at you. You actually got yourself a man. Who would have thought? And we did have quite a few baka scenes, which were... well, I would say they were irritating, but to be honest, I'm just so used to them that I really don't care at this point. Let's move on. Albert tells Glenn that Sistine looks a lot like Sarah Silvers. And I was wondering about this because, you know, in the opening, there is this scene where we have Sistine and then she transforms or like suddenly cuts to another version of Sistine, but with tattoos and stuff. Well, we see a flashback as to who Sarah Silvers could be, and she seems to be some sort of old comrade, perhaps love interest, to Glenn years back when he was over with the Imperial Mages. And he said that he would protect Sarah, and he even called her Shira Inu, or, you know, white dog, like how he calls Sistine Shironeko, white cat. Sarah Silvers seems a lot older though, but I wonder what happened to her, or like where she is. I don't know, maybe she's not dead at all or ill, maybe she's just out and about, I don't really know. A couple other things Albert says is that rumors going around about the Angel's Dust, which is like some sort of drug that they didn't really explain it too well. I'm not too sure really what it is, but it says that it makes people like follow orders or something like that, something around there. It makes people fall into ruin and they're like very obedient or something like that. It's strange. I don't really get the purpose of this drug. I guess it's supposed to use other people? I don't really know, but some people are making this drug. We still have Eleanor. We had a short scene with Eleanor talking to her boss. And then at the end of the episode, we had this thing where Leos was talking to one of the future enemies who we've seen before in both the opening and one of the previous episodes. I believe this man with the glasses, or did he have a monocle? One of those. The guy with like the top hat, he at least had that. He also spoke to Eleanor, I believe. We have seen him before, I know that. But the majority of the episode wasn't really serious at all. It was just a bunch of happy, playful times in a classic magic school with Sistine being embarrassed and stuff, and then she rejects Leos after he proposes to Sistine. But this is actually all an act in order to have a duel with Glenn. So I'm actually now not too sure if Leos really likes Sistine or not, or if this is just all an act just to duel with Glenn. But Glenn pops out and Sistine says that she can't marry him because, one, she is trying to still figure out the mysteries of that floating castle, and Leos is just like, oh, you should give up on that. No one has ever found out the mystery of that one castle and stuff. It's meaningless. Don't worry about it. Focus on something else. But then Glenn pops out and Sistine says, also, Glenn and I are lovers. And we even kissed. So, yeah. All that actually happened, although Glenn went as far to say as that they were sleeping in the same bed, so police, don't lewd the Shironekos, guys! Don't lewd the Shironekos. That'll never catch on. And that was basically this episode, so let me know your thoughts and theories on this episode and upcoming episodes, for we only have 2 episodes left. I'm pretty sure this is confirmed for 12 episodes, not 13. This is the type of series that will most likely get a second core, honestly. It's very rare when a series like this does not get a second core, but what the hey, man. Again, let me know your thoughts and catch you later as I review Grimoire of Zero and Suka Suka. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.